Hello everybody, my name is Heather. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first video in my new minimalism series on my channel. And as I said in the introduction video, I am starting with clothes because that's how I know how to do things. I am doing clothes using the Konmari method system. If you are unfamiliar, the Konmari method comes from a woman named Marie Kondo who had a just amazing book that came out in, I believe, 2015 called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And I'm sure you've probably heard about it. It was all over YouTube for a really long time. And it was really trendy to do that. But I think that when people did it, they didn't quite realize that what she's discussing is minimalism without calling it minimalism. People think of minimalists and they think like living a Spartan lifestyle and you don't have anything, you don't wear makeup, you have like one outfit or whatever. And that's really not the case. Minimalism is living with intention. With clothes, it is owning the clothes that you truly love, that truly serve a purpose in your life. Unless you're passionate about clothes. If clothes are what you truly love and you love having a huge collection of clothes and every article of clothing just brings you so much joy. Maybe you're a stylist, maybe you're a fashion blogger, then owning a lot of clothes is just part of your purpose. So for me, well, that's not really the case. I typically wear similar things. I'm a nanny, so I can now just kind of go to my workplace in activewear because I'm meant to be able to run around and chase after children. If you have no idea what the KonMari method is, it's all about only keeping what sparks joy. So she says to start with clothes because it's oftentimes easiest to start with clothes because trends change, your size might change. People don't often get too attached to what they wear. Some clothing items can be sentimental items, but if that's the case, she usually says to wait till the end because the very last step is sentimental items. With clothes, you are supposed to take everything you own clothes-wise out of every single storage container that they're in. If they're stored in totally different places, you're supposed to take everything out and just pile it up. Part of taking it all out of the closet, out of the drawers, is you're kind of breathing life back into them. You might remember things that were in the back of your closet, the back of that one drawer that you don't even remember you had. So it's really important not to just go into your closet and kind of flip through. You really have to hold the item. You might remember, oh, I haven't worn that in months or years because it's damaged. And in those situations, you gotta think, am I ever gonna fix this? You know, sometimes you might be like, yes, I do have a coat where buttons have fallen off on multiple occasions, but I love that coat so much that I do sew those buttons back on. So you have to remember stuff like that. Is this something I'm really gonna fix? Or if it's something that's too big or too small, am I really going to be that size again? If it sparks joy, you know immediately. For me, because this is my second time doing it, I knew right away what I was keeping, and I had already been thinking about all the things I wanted to get rid of. I had so many pairs of underwear from Victoria's Secret that had like rips in the lace and they're gross, and I don't know why I still had them. I had a huge collection of socks. I don't know why I had so many socks, but I had a lot of new socks that I hadn't even worn yet, and so socks that I was keeping because they still worked for the most part, but I'm like, you know, I've had these for a long time. They're all stained on the bottom, and I finally let go of them and am now using the new socks. So once you have your yes pile, and then you have your no pile, you put your no stuff in a bag or whatever and get it out of your home right away. And that goes for all the categories. If there's a no pile, a donate pile, a trash pile, get it out right away. Don't leave it sitting there for too long because then you'll just put it off and it's really, you just relocated all that clutter. So get it out of your house as soon as you've decided that you don't want it anymore, whether it's throwing away things that you can't donate or going to a donation center and donating it right away. For the keep stuff, she does have a system of organizing that, and she's a huge proponent of using drawers instead of hanging everything up. And because I had already done this system, I am pretty used to the way she folds things, and it's actually something that I maintained for the entire year and a half, almost 2 years since we've done it last time. I have kept folding it the same way and organizing it where you can see all of your clothes. So instead of being stacked, they're lined up. So it's almost like a filing system. You can literally see everything that you have. The way to decide how to organize things, she does say that very flowy fabrics should probably be hung up because they feel better hung up. Really stiff fabrics that need to keep their shape, like suit jackets or wool coats, should probably be hung up. But t-shirts, sweaters, pants like jeans, and sweats should be folded and kept in drawers. You can store so much more than you think in drawers versus having everything hanging up. And one of the really big things is not balling up your socks and stockings. I used to ball up my socks like little potato rolls until I listened to Life Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and the narrator goes, never ever ball up your socks, never ever tie up your stockings. She believes that items have some sort of energy and some sort of life to them, and she says that your socks work so hard to keep your feet warm and the elastic is stretched out while you're wearing them. When they're not being worn, they should be resting. And it might sound a little new agey to some of you, but when you really think about it, when you ball up your socks, they're constantly being stretched. So when you start to fold them, and they actually last so much longer, and that's why I had this huge collection of socks for a really long time, because I was taking really good care of my socks, but I had way too many, so I needed to get rid of them. If you want me to do a more detailed video about how I fold the clothes, how I organize everything, I will definitely do that for you. Part of clothes is shoes and purses and accessories and all of that. I didn't really do that on video because in terms of shoes, there weren't that many. I hadn't really acquired any new shoes. So there was one pair of shoes I remember keeping from the last time that I hadn't used. So I was finally ready to get rid of them because obviously I didn't keep them for any good reason. In terms of purses, I had 2 designer purses and they were given to me, and I love, I really appreciate getting gifts, but they didn't spark any joy in me. I barely used them, so I took them to a consignment shop and they were able to buy one of them off of me. I originally had them posted on Poshmark, but I'm very impatient. And so if you're patient enough to really wait and learn how to use sites like that to sell things online, then do it that way. But for me, I just wanted to get it out. I could have probably made more money if I sold it myself on Poshmark or something like that, but time versus money for me, having it in my closet, I don't know, I just couldn't wait. But things like my wedding dress, I have decided to sell my wedding dress, finally. In terms of selling things, and this is something that Joshua and Ryan discuss on the Minimalist podcast, is when you're selling something, it's important to set a time limit for yourself. I'm gonna have this listed on this website for 6 months, and if it doesn't sell in that time, then donate it. That is my process, inspired by Marie Kondo for decluttering clothes. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that I left out. So if you liked this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. It will let me know that you like this minimalism series so that I will continue to post videos about minimalism and my journey to minimalism. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions, or if you've done this whole purge. I want to know about your experience with it. So leave that down in the comments and let's start a discussion. If you also have any recommendations for people who are struggling to get rid of certain clothes, I'm sure that they would really appreciate any advice that you might have, because I do not have all the answers at all. Definitely subscribe to my channel for more videos about minimalism, because this is #1 in a series. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.